Yo, 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 welcome to the Weird Sauce Show. It's your asteroid mining pilot, Fratzuki, right here with my co-pilot, Jay Stevens.
What's happening?
Welcome to the show. It is Friday. It is Guest Interview Friday, and we have a monster for you today.
The man's a monster.
Oh, yeah. You can see it on the board back here. It's not a joke. It's not April Fool's. We have Zito Van Hansen in the studio with us today. You can see him right over here. Give it up for Zito.
Zito! Ooh, Mr. Van Hansen.
How's it going, boys? Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming, man. This was really a dream come true. We had no idea this was going to actually happen. We reached out to your publicist kind of as a joke. We said, you know who'd be the coolest guest ever? Is if we got this new dude who's flying around on asteroids, the new world's richest man. We hit up your people on Twitter as a joke, and just so happened to work out. You were in Thailand. We're over here in Taiwan. It was real close, so they made it happen. Dude, thanks for coming here, man. We really appreciate you.
I am so happy to be in Taiwan. So happy to be able to stop by here on my Asian tour before we get back to Europe.
Yeah.
We just landed in Australia a couple months ago to get my Earth legs back. I've been chilling out in Thailand, as you said. This COVID stuff happened while I was gone, and coming back, the tourist industry has just been dismantled in Thailand. So I was able to buy my own island with
Wait, what?
I bought an island, man. I bought an island, and I've just been kind of soaking it up and living large. I was well off before I left to go to space, but yeah, as you said, mining that asteroid, what the team was looking for, we had no idea that we'd find something even better. So happy to be back. Happy to tell you guys about it. Hopefully drum up some cash for my next adventure. And, so I'm here to answer any questions. So
amazing.
What do you guys got?
Well, give a little backstory to our viewers. Everyone obviously knows who he is. He's been all over the news. He's been all on magazines. You might not know his backstory, so let's try to catch everybody up. Give them your backstory, kind of how you got into the asteroid mining industry, what the trip was like to the asteroid. We've seen some random stuff, some of those tweets you were putting out, some of those videos that were a little bit controversial, but we loved them.
Yep.
And you guys came back, and you have a whole nother mission plan for a bigger asteroid. Let's just kind of get everybody up to date, how you got here, how the trip was, what you're doing, and then we got another few questions for you.
Awesome. Well, if you have or have not read my bio on Wikipedia, the source of all world knowledge, I was born into quite a wealthy family, and both my parents were doctors, and so I got into kind of the physics and study vibe of my parents. But when I got to university, graduated really early, became a professor, youngest professor ever actually at my university.
Of course.
It got boring, man, just talking about the same stuff over and over and over again. But I had some students that were actually spearheading this this idea of going to an asteroid and mining it. And at that time, it was kind of science fiction-y. But then, as their knowledge on the subject got bigger and bigger, I said, hey, you know what? I'd actually like to try something like that,
Sure.
Out of this world, right? So I helped them for about 4 years until it was ready to go. And then in 2014, we went up. We had an asteroid that was actually coming close enough to Earth that we were able to go there. It was drones at first, and then we had a manned mission to it last year, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Dude, it looked awesome.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, we were only able to see like videos that you were posting and like the media was posting and stuff like that. But
I was a kid in a candy store, man. So yeah, those videos were pretty outlandish because I am no astronaut. And when I got up to space, it kind of it went to my head, you know. So I'm sure you saw the video of me flying the spaceship and actually doing a bit of a crash landing into the asteroid.
Now correct us if we're wrong, because the headline hit here in Earth: drunk astronaut crashes into asteroid. Now we thought that was kind of clickbait, but we're like, I don't know, dude. We know this guy likes to party. Were you actually drunk when you were driving that thing up there, or what?
So. Drunk by Earth standards, no. But
Sure.
as you've been on an airplane before, I'm sure most of you have,
Yeah.
you have 1 or 2 beers on an airplane and you're loopy.
Yeah.
So do that times a million when you go up to space. So yes, when we got into the outer stratosphere, I took off my seatbelt and I'm floating around and I'm having a
Yeah.
blast. We all saw the Homer Simpson in space years and years ago,
I mean,
and I was doing that.
Yeah.
And I smuggled on some beers, not a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a 6 or a Coors Light, but in space, yeah. Would I have blown over on Earth? No. But being in space, yes. And then me being the guy that spearheaded this and paid for everything.
I'm crashing the spaceship in the asteroid.
If I want to crash this, I'm doing it.
Get out of the
so
seat.
it kind of went to my head.
Yeah.
I forced them to let me drive. And again, I have no experience. I have no right. I should not have been behind the wheel. Not about drunk or undrunk. It doesn't matter. I should not have been driving that
You can't
spaceship.
drive the spaceship.
And I'm like, well, I paid for it, so guess what?
Well, the good thing about being drunk in space, you're floating around. You can't fall down and hurt yourself, I guess,
No.
right?
Well, you
And I mean, also, like, if I'm going up on in a spaceship, you know, like, I'm bringing that 6-pack of beer. The minute I can take that seatbelt off, I'm doing spins and I'm hitting that beer,
Yeah.
trying to not spill any while I'm flipping it around. Like, you know, that's something you do.
Yes.
So I guess maybe you were technically the world's first drunk guy in space. Is that how that works? I mean, I know you got some other world records talking about later, but did you set any other world records while you were up there?
I might have, because the thing is also, because it's a liquid, I didn't know, again, I'm pretty smart book-wise.
Right.
But out of this world science, I'm kind of not the best at. So when I open the beers, liquid coming out, and you're in zero gravity, it's going everywhere. So what do you have to do? You have to chug it.
You gotta chug it, baby.
You got to. And so, like...
You got the fastest beer chug in outer space?
And probably the highest.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the fastest for sure, right?
Yeah.
And,
Oh, man.
Probably a lot of records set there.
probably a ton of records.
Oh, yeah.
So those videos are real.
Okay.
And yes, it was a lot of fun. And again, I wasn't drunk,
Yeah.
but just,
So it is clickbaity, though. That is the article.
Well-
article made it seem like your man is smashed and then smashed his.
Well-
Yeah. But yes, it was, it shouldn't have been done, but
Well, anybody that knows you knows that was going to get done.
yes,
Yeah.
it was gonna happen.
The world was waiting for that, actually, Zito.
Yeah.
You know?
They probably were.
Everybody else that goes up with NASA and stuff, they have to be all professional
Yes.
and stuff like that.
And safe and shit.
And
we said,
we
oh,
were
God.
trying to have fun. We were,
Of course.
because really, this is comic book stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to an asteroid and we're going to drill it and we're going to come back as gajillionaires. Like that sounds like a movie, and we lived it. So
Yeah.
I was experiencing it, and I was loving every part of it, as you can see from those videos.
Awesome.
Now, speaking of, you said you guys ran into some unexpected things up there that also crossed with partying. Another headline we read that was you're able to use parts or elements that were in the asteroid and to make some sort of juice or like a new liquid that's like a party juice or something?
Well, this was one of those...
God, tell us about that, because we love party juices over here at the Weird Sauce.
That's the whole thing, is that we went up there to mine, and, we're so boring on Earth. All we're looking for is these precious materials, right? So let's go up, let's go find gold, let's go find diamonds, and you can't find those things up there. They haven't been on Earth. Those things don't exist. So going up there, everybody just thought that this was just like moon dust, right?
Sure.
So it was just asteroid dust, and they didn't know what to do with it. So of course my team, without using the word nerd, we were quite nerdy, and all they wanted to do with it was just take samples, samples. I'm like, what? What can we do with this that's legit that we can make a ton of cash on? So while we were on our ship and we were experimenting, and I was out of my 6-pack of beer because I'd already chugged it, we started mixing it with these different other compounds, and then we were able to turn it into a liquid. And this liquid, for some reason, ferments right away, turns into an alcohol right away. Alcohol, by Earth
by
standards,
exactly.
Yeah, right.
it's not an alcohol. It's a completely different element, but we started to experiment with it. I was the guinea pig, as always.
Yeah.
I was a little thirsty.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. And it ended up being, I'd like to say, 1,000 times more potent than anything here on Earth. So all you need is one drip, pop, and then you're
Wow.
rocking and rolling.
Gets you there.
It's not a drug. It's nothing like that. It's something completely on its own, but it gets you floating in outer space, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And when I didn't die, you know, the rest of the crew started to partake.
Yeah.
And yes, those videos that you saw of us having what would we call that?
little-
A lunar party.
You were just testing.
The little backflip contest you guys are doing.
Yeah, how
Who
many
could jump over that crater? All of
Yeah.
those things. That
Yeah.
was awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
cool,
It
man.
was lots of fun, and now that's what we're doing. We're exporting it. It's a finite amount right now because our ship can only take so much back. But the good thing is you only need a drop. And so we've got enough to party and tour the world and not get people hooked,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
get them wanting more.
Sure,
all right, so
sure.
that's what we're going to be doing with this, and that's why I landed and was in Thailand for the last month, and now
Oh, you've been doing a little R&D over there on the island?
man. You know,
Yeah,
they
that's
can
nice.
just drumming up support and getting followers and getting people hyped about this stuff, so that we can finance our next mission to the next asteroid, the big one.
Right.
Yeah, the big boy is up. That's been making a lot of headlines recently, too.
Yeah.
They've spotted a new asteroid,
Yes, sir.
Galacticus 47A, and it is, I think they said something like 5,000 to 6,000 times the size of the one you guys mined.
Exactly.
So, you guys have a plan to go at this one, or
We
it's
do.
in some sort of orbit, right? So there's only a certain
we-
timing you can catch this.
We're gonna plan this one much better.
Okay.
And now, with thermal,
Are you still driving the ship? That's the question that the people
I
need to
have
know.
been learning.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
this time I'm.
Yeah, you're good. This time you are.
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
All right.
I'm co-pilot.
well, hey, and if you need any more crew, don't forget
Yeah.
about Jay Stevens,
Yeah,
your
I
boy
can-
Frat Zuki.
Hey, I can drink a beer in space.
we do. We need cool people.
Live from space.
Yeah,
Weird
yeah.
sauce.
We need
Yeah.
cool people because the journey is going to be about 26 months
Ooh.
just to get to the asteroid, and then we have to hook onto it.
Right.
And then we have to start hauling it back to Earth. Because our thermal imaging is showing that this awesome, what are we calling it, space juice?
Yeah. Whatever.
It is 10,000 times larger than the one we had. So that means if we can haul that back to our orbit, is what we're hoping to do, kind of have it like a docking station where we can go up and down and get it as we need it, right?
Interesting.
It's where I'm going to be living, you
Oh.
know, like, because come on, man. You know, it's going to be the best parties on Earth. You come up there, float around for a couple days.
It's going to be the best parties off of Earth.
Off
Yeah.
of Earth.
Oh, yeah.
It'll
Not
be
on
off
Earth.
of Earth. dude.
Off of Earth, man, and that's what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be kind of like a party destination for the rich and beautiful. So
That sounds
that's what we're
amazing.
hoping for. Plus, we're going to be mining it, sending it back to Earth, and selling that compound on Earth. Right, so getting people hooked on the juice,
Yeah.
and then they're going to want to come up to where you could actually get it, where it's extracted, and that's what we're going to be doing, man. That's our plan.
Sounds like a pretty solid plan.
Sounds like we need to try to turn it into a little bit of a sauce, a weird sauce.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Yeah,
And-
maybe.
Get
And
some
that's why when you guys
concentrate from you.
contacted me, when you contacted my team, and you were weird sauce, I was like, wow, man, these guys get it.
That could
Yeah,
be. That
dude.
could be that could just be the name for the compound.
Is it
be.
I
copyrighted?
mean, right now it's space juice.
Now it is. We're
Yeah.
your official business partner
Yeah.
on this
We
idea
can
now.
easily change that to weird sauce.
And
Yeah.
that is what I'm doing right now. I'm touring the world and trying to drum up because by our low estimates,
Right.
that asteroid, that celestial being is worth today in today's dollars, 10,000 quadrillion is what we're looking at. That's enough to give everybody on Earth $1 billion as it stands right now, completely destroy the world financial sector. If I just come back and I'm just like, here's $1 billion, here's $1 billion, here's $1 billion, here's $1 billion, just start giving it out. So we're asking people to invest. Anybody that puts in $1 million, we're going to give them back 10,000 fold. All right, so do the math. So anybody that's given in $1 million in this year's dollars, you get 10,000 fold back. Plus all the weird sauce /
Yeah.
space juice you can handle.
Is
right?
this so Zito Van Hansen, a man of the people?
Yes, sir.
A man of the people.
I am, man. I got to spread the
Of
wealth.
course you do.
got to
I mean,
spread
that's
the
amazing.
wealth. And it's way more fun if all your buddies are billionaires.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way
Then
more
they can all
fun.
do the cool billionaire shit that you do.
Yes.
Makes total sense.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of building an infrastructure for all of these billionaires you're planning to create,
Yeah.
right? Because a few other side projects you got going on besides the space asteroid mining, you are starting a space hotel, correct?
Yes.
And so this, from the sounds of it, you're going to be incorporating the asteroid juice into the hotel, and it's kind of like you experience the juice at the hotel.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit more about this hotel. We've seen a few designs online, just like 3D mock-ups. We don't know if they're real or whatever, so shed some light on that for us.
Everything right now is just R&D, right? So, but in our minds, we're going to have a hotel that can have gravity, okay? So that's the next thing that we're developing, is how to have gravity on this new moon that we're going to be bringing into Earth's orbit, so that people can actually walk around the hotel, can get into trouble, can go to the bar, can go, we're going to have like space swimming pools.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And we're going to be able to control the gravity, where when you're in the dance hall, instead of making the needle drop, right, we can turn off the gravity and everybody's floating through the air, kind of like that
sweet.
Ready Player One.
That's
Make it drop,
Yeah,
then everybody,
man.
whoa, and
Yeah,
then
the
bring them
floor
back
drops
down.
and everyone just
Man.
That's
So
cool.
that's what we're going to be doing.
That's
and
cool.
again, this weird sauce that we're coming up with, the best part about it is no hangover.
Oh, wow.
No hangover.
Sign me up.
0 calories.
0 calories.
So no more beer guts, no more vomiting, no more hangovers, no more of that stuff. You just have an 8-hour high and just party, go to bed, wake up the next day, feel awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, buddy.
But, the question everybody wants to know, though, is it's a good thing, but how expensive is this stuff? I
how
mean,
much
is it only for the rich at this point? Did you guys bring enough back that you can kind of get it out for everybody? Or is it like
No.
one drops 1,000, 10,000?
There's no price for it right now. It's only for the elite. So I control every single drop of it. So where I go, I share the wealth.
Okay.
And I get more and more people that fall in love with this stuff, and my entourage gets larger and larger. And we just keep taking over country after country. But when this runs out, it runs out. That's why we need to finance to get this next asteroid into our orbit. And then we have it for infinite.
And
all right?
has this been run through any sort of like health regulations and stuff like that? The
Nope.
Food? No. Okay. Do you plan
Nope.
on? Do you
It
plan on?
gets Zito's stamp of approval.
It
Okay,
sure
so-
does.
so-
It
so here-
cures COVID. That's what I can say.
all right.
Cures COVID. All right. I ain't got no COVID.
Oh, well, damn, you really got a good product there then. Everybody's going to want that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trump wanted you to put bleach in your eyes. I'm telling you to have a drop of this, and you're perfect. You're
Yeah.
good to go.
Well, it sounds like you're really building a whole space empire, right?
Yes.
You're going to have the asteroids. You're going to have the space hotels. Are you guys planning on branching out into any other type of space tourism? Are you guys running any like side missions from the hotel, maybe to like the moon, or can you like a boat trip? Can you like go further out into space and drive around? Like you guys,
Soon as
space
we have
go-karts.
this-
I heard something. The term space go-kart.
Space go-karts.
Is that a real thing?
We
or?
sure do. That's the whole thing. So when you're up there, we're going to have all the toys. So anything that we're trying to develop on Earth right now, we're going to use that as a test site. So people come up knowing that they're the first person to try these things, the first people to do these things. But what we're going to be doing is it is creating an empire. We want also to have a jump station from there so that we're able to get to Mars in time, so that we're able to explore other planets and other things. Right now, the moon, it's occupied by America and America only, so we're not allowed to touch it, and they're not really sharing their resources with the rest of the world. So what I'm hoping to do is make this open source. If you have a brain and you have dollars and you want to try something out, come to my planet, and that's what we're going to do. all right?
Okay.
It's just going to be a brain trust of brilliant, beautiful billionaires, right? So come on up, research and development, come there to stay for a week, come there to stay forever, and let's get this done because we have absolutely destroyed this Earth, and we've got to start looking to other planets.
Yeah, well, you got two takers right here. We want to
2
do
times?
one of our shows from your space hotel or space
Anytime.
asteroid or whatever.
Anytime. So I'm hoping within the next 5 years it will be a reality. We've got to get this done before I get too old to partake in my space juice,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not getting any younger, and the Earth isn't getting any better. So
See, I mean, it seems like you're headed in the right direction.
I hope so.
Seems like you're headed in the right direction.
Well, we're very excited for what you got going on with all the space tourism stuff. We've done some stuff on space here. We're really into it.
Yeah.
Everything you've been doing, we've been following it. We're super excited to see what you have going on in the future in space.
We do.
But you also got a lot of things going on Earth here, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that list seems bigger than space. I mean, space seems like you're planning for the future.
It is.
Earth, I mean, shit, we looked for your headlines, and we couldn't even get through them all. So we're going to go through some of the bigger headlines, some of the bigger things you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, man.
You can kind of shed some light on that, update us if there's anything we don't know. The biggest thing it seemed like, which was in the top headlines, your biggest earthly thing was this new world record you have. You're doing like a swimming pool jump or something, like a world record swimming pool jumper.
Are.
Tell us all about that.
Okay, so outside of the city center in Dubai, we're going right into the middle of the desert, and we've developed because we're going to be using this on our new moon. Let's just call it that. So we had to find out, how are we going to get water? How are we going to do all of these things? How are we going to be able to survive and strive on this new celestial being? So we're going out to the desert, and some of our research and development guys are sucking water out of sand. So we're going out to the desert to show how this is being done, because those H2O molecules, even though very rare out in the desert, they're still there.
Right.
It's not that there's no water, right? It used to be an ocean.
Got to find a way to get it.
And that's the thing. So as you saw, these are the same guys that built those islands in Dubai for the, I think it's called the Marina Bay Sand. What is it
Marina
called?
Bay, yeah, the Marina Bay Sand.
No, that's in Singapore.
Oh, the
World Islands, yeah.
Yes.
The world map.
So,
Right.
And so those guys are on our team, and they've asked me to come out there to drum up some, wherever we go, we kind of bring an entourage, and we got the newspapers, we got everybody talking and clicking and following what we're doing. So we're going out there, and we're going to show that this works, and we're going to suck out this water out of the desert, make the world's largest swimming pool, fill it with people, and we're going to have the world's largest pool party at one place. And then we're gonna jump over it. I've got those space go-karts that you're talking about. We have a prototype. It's pretty badass right now, and we're gonna show it to the world on that day. And I'm
Oh, you're the driver.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Shit.
The dude who crashed into the asteroid.
For sure, man. Of course. I got to redeem myself because you guys were clicking and laughing and sharing and liking my stuff. And
yeah, we were.
I want to show you that I don't always crash.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I'm filling it with people.
Yeah.
So we're going to have over 100,000 of the hottest models on Earth are going to be partying in this pool. All right. We're going to have the world DJs. We're going to have everything. It's going to be spectacular. And for the final hoorah, I'm going to jump over it. Woo! You know, in my...
So wait, you're going to get on one of these new space and like ramp over it like a world record jump?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, man.
Can it be all those 100,000 models that Zuki and I? Is that how
you have 101,002?
Yeah, is that how that works?
Yes.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, we know. We need some hype, guys.
Yeah, we do.
We need some people to put on suntan lotion.
Well, yeah.
So I'll make you official suntan lotioners.
Oh.
Sounds
like that doesn't sound like a bad job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You got 100,000 girls that you got to help out. We don't want anybody getting sunburned. All right. But if you're gonna come, you got to be in the pool.
Yeah.
There's no jumping out of the pool when I get into my little rocket ship. Okay. There's no. I'm so afraid he's gonna crash again, like he did on the asteroid. Don't. You have to stay in there.
So 100. So you guys are going to build a pool that's going to fit 100,000 people.
And all of the water is sustainable. We're sucking it out of the desert.
Wow.
And so when it's done, we just
Zito.
collapse it, and the water goes back to where it came from. So it'll just get evaporated, and they might have rain for the first time ever.
Zito, you're the man.
Well, we're trying our best, man. We're
Yeah.
trying. Life's too short. You got to spend your cash.
Sure.
So that's a big world record. You guys are setting a few all at the same time,
All
right?
at the time.
Biggest pool party.
I want my own page in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Huh.
I just want my picture and then everything that I've been doing.
All your accomplishments.
All my accomplishments in one day.
Amazing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, then you'll set a record for most records set in a day, too. That's another record.
Is that
I mean,
a
it's got to
record?
be largest pool in the desert, largest pool party in the desert, largest jump over a pool in the desert.
And most people drinking space juice at one time.
Yeah.
Most people, I mean, it seems like you could probably do it in a day. That's incredible.
Wow, dude. So we'll be there for that. Do you have a approximate date for that? We never got any info on that. Like, is that 2022, 23?
Well, we're hoping.
Have you guys even started construction on the pool or what?
100%. Well, the construction is going to be easy. They build things in no time in Dubai. Just look at all of their buildings.
Just pops up out of nowhere.
They just pop it up.
They do.
I'm not worried about the length it'll take to get that all ready. We're just waiting for COVID to kind of calm down.
Right.
I know in parts of the world they don't really believe in it. But if we want all of these models and all these people coming from all over the world, we kind of want COVID under control.
You want best case scenario.
Yes. So we're hoping for December 31st of this year.
Oh.
So we're going to turn into 2022 with a bang.
Oh,
New Year's
it's
Eve
a New
party.
Year's pool party.
Hell yeah,
in
man.
the middle of the desert. That's
At nighttime.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome,
That's
man.
awesome.
So, and you know, like
Sounds like we're going to need some lasers and some other stuff too.
sharks with lasers.
Sharks with lasers in the pool.
In the pool,
In the pool.
Yeah.
Vegetarian
That'll turn the
sharks,
party
though.
up a bit.
Yeah.
Vegetarian sharks, though.
Yeah, vegetarian
They have to be
sharks.
vegetarian. They have to fill out a question.
Oh, that'll be a great segment for our show. We could like set up some cameras underwater, and then it's just be like, look what happens when we release Sharks with Lasers on this unexpected pool party.
Yes.
And it's like underwater
Dun, dun, dun.
cameras,
See?
everybody's splashing around.
You guys are
Girls
idea
are
guys.
taking their tops off and putting them all over us, and like next thing you know, Sharks with Lasers come out of the little gate underwater and.
Yeah,
Scare
man.
the shit
You
out of
guys
me.
have great ideas. See, you got to be on my idea team.
See, this was fate that the universe matched you up with us because it's, everybody's
is.
on the same page here.
It was
Yeah.
like, just imagine if I was still a professor in the middle of nowhere in a small town doing nothing.
Oh, yeah.
This is way better. Get to meet really cool guys.
Boring.
Yeah, man, and we're gonna try some of that weird sauce later, and you guys will see.
Yeah.
We are super hyped to do that. We wanted to try it before the show, but he said, well, there will be no show as soon as the juice
Yeah,
goes in.
because
You wanna enjoy yourself.
Yes, it's not that your mind wanders, but all you want to do is have fun.
Yeah.
And so get the work done first, and then rock and roll.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. So you have the big world record jump coming up. You got all of the space companies coming up. You also have another company that's kind of developing all this technology, right? Like you guys developed the technology here, obviously.
Yeah.
But you just sounds like from what we read, you guys kind of just spitball it. You kind of wing it. You just want to make whatever, and then as soon as you find something, you just put it to use, right?
No idea is too crazy is how we like to look at it.
Right.
And that's why, yes, it's fun traveling the world and doing these parties and doing these things, but the main reason why we're doing this is to take talented people that feel like they're wasting away in their profession and nobody's believing their ideas and they're like, that's too far-fetched, that's da-da-da-da, or they go to work at Google, all right? So
Right.
we're trying to take those minds and instead of having faster AI and faster search engines, let's get them going to space, man. Let's get to doing some cool things, right? Life's way too short. And that's what the next thing that we're trying to do is how to prolong our life, right? So I've got a whole team of guys that are trying to, we hopefully, because I'll be getting up in years, in the next 20 years, we're going to be able to add 100 years to everybody's life on Earth, right? So that's our R&D. That's our fun thing that we're working on now.
Or maybe not on Earth, up on your little planet.
What
sort
we
of
noticed
thing, right?
when we were up there is the aging kind of stopped
Right.
when you were in space. I'm sure you saw that movie Deep Impact a million years ago, and the old rich guy that was on his space station, it slowed down his cancer, it slowed down. All of that was based on reality. So what we saw when we're up there in space, diseases and things like that don't really affect you because we're not on Earth, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So what we're trying to develop is how we can put an extra 100 years onto our life. And if it's 100 years of having fun, don't you want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
What you mean?
If you can have your 20s for 50 years.
How about another 100 years of fun? You in?
Yes.
I don't think so. I'm out.
So that's what we're doing. So our research and development team, we're taking the best and the brightest from all over the world because this is the world that I want to see, right? So I want to bring this asteroid to our orbit, bring up the best and brightest up there. It might sound elitist, but the thing is, man, you know, if you're
somebody's got to do it though.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And I think Zito's the man.
Zito is the man.
Now, on this life extension, because this is something obviously people are going to have a lot more questions about, are you guys trying to enhance the body more, the physical body, or are you combining elements of robotics and science? Like, are you going to be prolonging people's life by replacing old deteriorating body parts, or it's just you're going to make the actual physical body healthier and stronger to extend its life?
So if you're living on my asteroid and you're living that lifestyle, you're already adding 50 years to your life just by being up there in space.
Okay.
But there's also a bit of a gray area when it comes to stem cell research and any kind of research. So when you're up there, part of the package, as it will be that your stem cells will be harvesting organs and things like that for you. So while you're up there, if you need a new kidney, you got it. If you need a new heart, it's already there.
Oh, that'll be like the new medical tourism.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. And the thing is, you get it right away, right when you come up. So that's what we're working on now. That's why we're in China right now. That's why we're in parts of Europe where the rules are a little...
The regulations aren't...
Yes, without you know, so it's that's what we're doing here. We're doing all the research and development here on Earth for our planet. So when we get up there, we're going to have this, and we're going to be able to create our own rules up there. We're not going to be one government. We're not going to be one country. We're not going to be one anything like that. We'll be our own rules. So stem cell or anything cooler that we invent in the next 20 years, we'll be able to prolong you for another 100 years at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were looking before you got here. We just went through and looked at a bunch of your stuff. We checked out the website that's got a bunch of your products. I've actually used one of them before. I forget the name of it, but it's the liquid that as soon as you eat something, you drink this liquid and it completely disintegrates all the fat cells in your food, and 100%. You don't get any fat, but you still feel full. I lost like 30, 40 pounds in like a month with that stuff. I mean, I was eating hamburgers, pizza. You just eat it. You drink that right afterwards. Liquid goes in, dissolves every single fat in it.
And that was all by mistake.
Don't ever gain anything.
When we were doing experiments, what we were looking at was animals in the wild. And how come there's no fat animals? Right? So what is it about being a wild animal and being out there and not becoming fat? And so we started seeing that the brain secretes this liquid, okay? CT246 is its chemical name. And it actually strips away everything you need and then turns the fecal matter gets rid of everything else that you don't need. That's why you don't see these fat animals. And yes, if you've been taking it, we now know it's safe for human consumption.
Oh, yeah, it is. I'm still here.
And you take it, and because the thing is, if you're going to live an extra 100 years, you don't want it to be fat and broken and useless, right?
Yeah.
Like right now on Earth, your 70s and 80s are not your best years, right? What if your 70s and 80s are your 20s, right? So thinking of it that way, so we want people that are fit, healthy, and happy. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to strive here. And yes, everybody is always trying to get more and more beautiful on the Earth. So it's easy to get these things approved by the FDA. And this is all experimentation for what we're going to be bringing to our asteroid.
Amazing.
Yeah, and
That's
I mean,
amazing.
It looks like, most of your stuff is based on life extension, stuff like that. But you do have that whole line of products that they're like toys. They're like for fun, right? Like,
again,
you got to tell us about the cannon arm, because we saw it. It looks like it's a cyborg like arm appendage or whatever, and it's got like, looks cool, dude. It's like a laser cannon type thing.
For sure.
Is this something that? Yeah, tell us all about it. Does it clip onto your arm? Do you have to have your arm cut off?
So
what does it do?
When you were talking before about the cybertronics, so things that can enhance ourselves with robotics or electronics that we attach, yes. Because on our asteroid, most weapons are useless, right? So a lot of our American compatriots were a little upset that they couldn't bring their guns with them. And what are we going to do up there if we're just hanging out on a space asteroid? We can't shoot stuff? So our team, as I'm talking to two Americans right now, so you know it, your Second Amendment, man. All right, so we had to cater to those space tourists that want to go up and shoot some lasers. So that's what we're doing. And yes, it will attach to your arm, and it becomes like an extension. So anything that you're doing with your hand will create this laser beam. All right. So kind of like if you've read any comics, Green Lantern, whatever he thinks of will be created. So it's not that advanced yet. But
wow,
whatever you think of, if you want to shoot a circle, if you want to shoot one strong beam, that's all attached by the motion of your wrist and your muscle tension. So
does it shoot naked women out? Like, can we shoot out like?
Sadly, not yet.
There might be small. They're probably not the ones we're looking for.
Well, you know, like it's just give us a couple years.
All right, we're coming back to you, but no, we still want the first prototype, dude.
Yeah.
Shoot out a few beers. Hey, you guys want some shots? Do.
And the thing is, it doesn't really work on Earth. So that's why these are things that are only able to be used in space. So
space specific.
So right now it's all in research labs and things like that. So yes, that's why you're only seeing videos and hearing about it.
Yeah.
When you get up there to the asteroid, you'll be able to actually use it. So that's the fun stuff.
Yeah, it looks really groundbreaking, really cutting edge, all futuristic. You had the arm on there. You had the cyborg eye. Mm-hmm. It looked like you had some sort of brain adapter thing. We didn't really understand that one, but
it's just to enhance because again. We only use
like
5% of our
Neuralink type thing? Oh,
exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
but it looked like a lot more than Neuralink. I mean, Neuralink looks like it's a little chip that goes here. Yours looks like a full-on component, and it's got, I don't know.
We've got the best and brightest on Earth that are working for us, but how do you make them better, right? So that's what we're doing, and we can all tap in. So when we sit this, it's kind of like a Cerebro, if you've ever seen X-Men, where every one of us will have this, and we can all get linked. And then our ideas... It's kind of like a super brainstorming machine where we could tap into our inner recesses of our brain and just pull out just awesomeness. So that's what we're developing right now. And that's why we're able to keep coming up every day with new stuff every single day.
Wow.
Every single day.
So that's incredible.
Yeah, man. We get hooked into this, sit down for 2 or 3 hours, and we can hammer out brand new ideas. And we've got the mechanics. We've got everything that we need to make this a reality. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it's super exciting times to be alive right now. You know, all the space tourism. I mean, we're right at the forefront of it. Space is endless. So, I mean, I guess for you guys on a business point, I mean, that's a big thing, right? Literally, you know, if you have tourism here on Earth, you are essentially at some point limited. Space, it's limitless. I mean, you just keep pushing the boundary, keep flying around. Well, cool, dude. We are super excited to see everything you got coming up on Earth, in space, in the Space Hotel. We really appreciate you coming out here for this. We know you got to get back on your plane. We're trying to keep you under time limit.
I'm on a world tour, baby.
Yeah, I'm watching the time limit, dude.
I'm only going to be here for another 5 years. I'm only going to be here for another 5 years, and then that's it for me on Earth. So I got to soak it in while I can, drum up the business, get more of an entourage because I want the best and brightest coming up to be on my asteroid, man. And it won't be just my asteroid. Yes, I'll be the owner and I'll be the richest person in space. But it's for the people because the thing is, if you're bright and beautiful and amazing, I will give you the $1 billion to come up. I will stem cell research your body. I will make sure that you live an extra 100 years. I will make sure that you keep coming up with new products, and we just turn this into a utopia of just awesomeness. Is my plan on Earth, and to bring that into space.
Amazing.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Well, if you want to submit any of your ideas to Zito or you have any more questions for him, we're going to drop all of his info and his links down in the description below. You can reach out to him, reach out to his team. You definitely got to follow this guy on Instagram. He's got the craziest videos of anybody out there.
He's a beast.
The backflip, space flipper, amongst other things. But yeah, check him out on Instagram. Check out all of his links. He's doing lots of big things.
Yeah.
Zito, it was a very, very, very big pleasure and honor to have you on our show today.
Pleasure's all mine, boys.
We hope that, as soon as you keep developing up this sauce or whatever, send it our way. We got some ideas for you.
Good.
We got some people that would love to test it out as well.
Yeah.
And, we will keep you, the viewer, updated on that. All the weird sauce, all the juice, everything good and what's good with Zito. We want to thank you for coming out. Have a good weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Peace.
Monday.
See you, boys.
Later.